That ad was really special because it was one of the first, or it probably was the first, to have a big musical success on the back of the ad.
There was a sense in which this was going to usher in a whole new world of how music and advertising were going to work together, and that's exactly what it did.
Time now to reveal TV advertising's #1 hit song, which also happens to be the oldest record in our chart.
The first lines are, "I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love."
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love.
I mean, it does sound very twee, doesn't it?
Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves.
That was the first to take the idea of the tinkly jingle and just put a song on. And it charted. And at that point, people somewhere started to think, hang on a minute. And everything follows from there.
Yes, Kings of the Hill, top of the heap are the New Seekers with their rousing hippie hit, I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing. But the happy sing-along nature of the song masked a much deeper message.
Because it came out in about 1971, and flower power was about to happen, and that lyric had it applied literally to young people at that time.
It just captured a generation. I mean, it was like watching JFK and the Peace Corps and Greenpeace and making the world a better place. I'm getting goose pimples now thinking about it. I think it was the beginning of kind of a global advertising.
There's an old adage in advertising that if you can't say it, then sing it. And this is what Coke have done. They've come up with a very cheesy line, and it wouldn't work in print. It wouldn't work if some voiceover man just said, I'd like to buy the world a Coke. It's all about the singing of the song.
I'd like to teach the world to sing.
Sing with me, perfect harmony.
And keep it company.
After 10 days of being on air in America, they had about 10,000 letters in Atlanta, which is the home of Coca-Cola, Atlanta, Georgia, asking where people could get the music. And suddenly it just broke out massively.
But then when they said they were going to make it into a single, I said, you've got to be joking. I never thought for 1 minute that it would work.
Hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills.
That's the song I hear.
The enormity of it was just unbelievable. I mean, it took the world by storm, not just England, but it took the world by storm. I mean, it sold in countries I'd never even heard of. Wherever we went, people would stand on chairs with Coke bottles and be swaying there, holding the Coke bottles.
It worked brilliantly. It became really a Coke anthem, and I think the Coke ad ultimately made them a ton of money.
Financially, the advert didn't change my life at all. We did the advert for a £2,000 session fee, which looking back was perhaps a little bit silly. However, they did tell us that the royalties would be going to children's charities.
The New Seekers split 3 years afterwards, but their song has lived on and helped transform Coke into something more than just a soft drink.
It's really entered the culture at a very surprising level, and everybody remembers it. And it was getting into our psychology, it was getting into our politics and religion and spirituality and the way and community. I mean, if you took out the words Coke and put Jesus Christ in there, it wouldn't look amiss. And it was a tin of sugared water. I mean, it was absolutely extraordinary.
What the world wants today.